I am going to test Claude Fable 5 on an actual messy workflow at my own job. Not going to use it as a toy and make some kind of app that never is going to be used or a software that cannot be actually implemented. It's going to help me clean up my workflow and actually be usable. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to actually show my workflow and how I usually work through these problems. So here I am, and you're probably like, I thought you said Claude Fable 5. I'm going to use ChatGPT first to get my brainstorming down and get a nice prompt that I could then deliver to Claude Fable 5. Because the usage is low and I'm pretty close to maxing out, and today is the last day of Claude Fable 5, so I'm putting this together. And for this, I'm going to use Whisperflow. The ChatGPT, I want to use Claude Fable 5 to clean up my messy workflow. So here's the current workflow that I want to tackle. So whenever we hire somebody new, it gets lost in the chaos. And a lot of the times we have different regions that hire people and they don't inform the state region who handles most of the onboarding. And sometimes it comes in through emails to different people. So first we need to organize that and make it so one place is pretty much where everything's going. And then once we have an onboarding request, then we usually give them access to a couple of different tools. This includes Slack, Keeper, and our CRM. So we need some way to track that and also make sure that it's completed while notifying the people that we're working with. A part of this process, we also have them go through our own Canvas course. So we need to set up a way to be able to send it to them and also track that they are going through it. Basically, we want to set this up so it's pretty seamless and it's not really too hard to track. Right now, we do have a spreadsheet, but that usually falls on somebody to update it. And we don't really have enough resources to constantly be updating it and tracking it. And if that person is on PTO, then it does fall under. So we want to make sure everything is trackable. And we are using Google Workspace. So we want to make sure the solution can work with Google Workspace and it's not another add-on. So basically what I want to do is you ask any clarifying questions and then give me a prompt that I could then give Fable 5 to give me a clear workflow, who owns the responsibility at certain key points and everything to make a seamless workflow of this that is mostly automated with eventual growth to AI options. So a pretty long prompt there, but the more information you can give it, especially on an actual workflow, the better it will be. So we just got a response back. And currently I am using a new screen, which is way bigger. So hopefully you guys will be able to see this nice and clear, but it gives us some clarifying questions. So who should own the first intake? What counts as an official onboarding trigger? Who approves tool access? Who actually creates accounts? What fields do you need to track? So we'll go ahead, and it did give us a prompt, but we want to answer those clarifying questions first so we have a more built out prompt. And so we'll go ahead and do that now. And so I just took some time to answer pretty much all of the clarifying questions. And the only thing I added to it was I also want to do offboarding because that kind of falls into the same workflow. So we'll go ahead and send that, and then I'll start preparing my actual Claude that I will be using work. So I'm just going to use Claude Cowork. So looking at the final product, we have our prompt that it wants us to give us, and then we have what I tell Fable 5 to optimize for. And I'm just going to go through this and take a minute to actually read it because this is actual work I'm going to do. So as I'm reading this, one thing to note is we have no new paid tools or external add-ons. So that's completely up to you guys. If you are doing a workflow and that is a possibility, I would definitely change this because if not, it's going to be pretty strict on not looking at other solutions. And it will just give you the solutions available in your Google Workspace. So stuff like that will narrow your AI outputs, and it might give you a solution that you think's the best, but in reality, it's not actually the best. So I'm going to actually just remove that, just because there can be some external add-ons that are maybe for a cheap price that I can actually work with. So this is what I want for the output. Another thing is with this minimum viable version in 1 to 2 days, it will hold back on the best possible version you can get if it's working under constraints. Just it underestimates how much you could do in 1 to 2 days, especially now I've noticed that. So just any of that in your prompt will form your output, and you might be missing out on some good insights. But we'll go ahead and keep that. We will go ahead and copy and paste that over. And I'm going to copy and paste optimize for too. So pretty much just giving that everything. I have it on Fable 5. We will choose a new project folder. We're going to send that and we're going to let it work. And then since we are testing Claude, let's go ahead and test ChatGPT too. And I'll definitely do this a lot, is I'll test the two models side by side. I'll change the thinking from medium to actually high. And so it looks like it already gave me a response, but it looks like I got some questions down for this one. So we'll do Word document, we'll do the recommended, and it will go ahead. Create that. Let's go back and look. So we have our workflow. So it goes to a Google form, which is probably what most of these are going to have us do. So it has a step right here where the tool owners, if it is marked into in progress, then it'll go. So just a pretty clean workflow compared to what we currently have, where it's pretty much emails just flying around, or it's Slack messages and so on. We have the clean offboarding, which looks to be pretty much the same. You mark it into in progress, and then that sets off everything. So overall, what I expected, and it will be interesting to see if Fable 5 comes out with something more interesting. One thing I've noticed is there has to be some kind of backend setup. So you have to have some kind of data and process already in place. If you start trying to throw AI into it, then it will just make things a mess if the process is not clearly defined. I've noticed that a lot in my job, and then in my own personal workflows. One of the things I messed up on was I wanted to build automations, but I had no processes. I had no videos I was making. I had a business I wanted to do, but I had no processes in place. So I tried to first slap AI onto it before actually doing things, and then integrating AI in. And definitely first rely on automations that are possible without AI. For example, with Google, you have Google Scripts or Google Apps, and you can do a lot of things with that that doesn't really involve AI and some of the variability that comes along with that. And same with Microsoft, you have Power Automate, which now you can create workflows using AI, but the workflows itself are mostly just scripts. So definitely rely on that first heavily, and once you get good results with that, then throw in AI. For example, one workflow I'm doing right now is updating a tracker. So right now it's still manual. You'll still put in the information directly into a tracker. Then I added on an app. So you just add it to an app, and then once that's entered, then it notifies the people that need to be notified. And then the next step would be adding an AI agent where you can just talk into Teams and be like, I want to add this. And then it will see the tracker and the previous inputs and be able to actually easily put that in with a lot less variability. And basically, the AI is just adding a natural language effect to it. So it looks like it's working still. We will go ahead and wait until that's finished. I just finished up and downloaded it, and then I also took a kind of deeper look into it. And overall, compared to ChatGPT, can't really say it did come out with better formatting, but it was also because we asked for it in a Word document. While ChatGPT, we just pretty much ask for it, and its default won't be to a PDF or a Word document. So we could always ask ChatGPT to do that, but we won't judge it on that. Overall, I thought it was much more detailed in at least the workflow and thinking of different things that could possibly happen. But it was the same workflow. Basically, you have somebody come in as a Google form, and then you have one spreadsheet that keeps everything. And then from there, it would pretty much send off triggers. But the overall thing to take away from this is whether you use Fable or another model, you can take an existing workflow and clean it up and actually help you build to clean it up and make it a seamless process. But you have to do that before you actually implement AI. So looking through this, it gives us some responsibility map. So who's in charge of what, the RC, what the intake form should have. And then the thing that I liked a lot was the notification logic and who's getting notified. Thought that was better than ChatGPT's version. The escalation process, minimum viable version, in which you can have something in 1 to 2 days without any coding. And then it talks about the advanced versions and future AI assistive versions. And all of these should be done after you get a seamless process going and you have measurable outputs. Then you can start adding in these assistant options like a weekly digest that is just pretty much 3 sentences telling you what is stopping the intake or what is dragging it, drafting the emails automatically from it, and missing field checks, ask the tracker, just some natural language possibilities there. With AI, I've said this before, but it's really something to bring everything together. And when you're using it right, that is the goal of it, is just connecting everything and making it easier to use so you could get more done. In this video, I used Fable 5. And honestly, I love using it, but it's about to jump in price. Am I going to pay for it? We'll see. I'll probably have an API and just use it for judgment. So if you are using it, which by the time I post this video, you'll probably be no longer able to use it unless you use it by usage. I would say use it for judgment and strong reasoning and architecture. So don't use it for saying thank you or small requests. What are you good at? But use other models for that. So use ChatGPT or Gemini to brainstorm, and then when you really want some thinking behind it, then pass it up. My name is Chase, and I do simple workflow videos that you can actually use at work. If you guys like this content, then head over to my channel. I will be doing more videos like this, and maybe I'll dive into Google and Microsoft.